as we speak right now in schools. So do you know about the thousands we've hired? That was not an election program. We did it this year and in the previous year. So there are many other things that we are doing in this Nasi Ispani project that are not, and they have nothing to do with it.
And I'm stating this one deliberately. There's a gentleman who... Yes, I want you to clarify it.
I'm going to
qualify it. When you say it's not honest, it's its own members. Are you saying
its own members are saying it's racist?
Own
members.
Or DA members are saying DA is racist.
Yes.
Okay, no,
I'll qualify what I'm saying.
Thank you.
That, I'm talking it as a matter of fact, that the DA leaders that are black are forever investigated by the DA if they move to affluent areas, that they stole money. I'm telling you, the DA leader, one DA leader told me, and I can point again back to you. Check, yes, I'm telling you, to the council. Said to me, no, I'm telling you,
yes.
Said to me, you know what, Maepa? I'm afraid if things go fine with me, they will investigate. Because according to their minds, DA, if the situation or the social standing of one of their members change, Dr. Nasiphi Moya, she's doing good work. She's working hard. But she is a product of the collective decision of the ANC. DA was majority 2016.
I'm waiting for when you give her credit.
I gave her credit. I said, I've seen her on the ground. She's doing excellent work.
You said but.
I didn't say but. You said that.
No, you said but. Initial.
No. I said you came ahead of me.
It's on the record, doctor.
It's fine. You can check the record. Dr. Nasiphi Moya, she's doing good work. She's working hard. But she is a product of the collective decision of the ANC.
Because I want you to respond to what he said.
Okay.
So I don't have to speak for
you. He doesn't know the ANC.
Yeah, so I want you to say it.
Silas Brink, remember, is a failed mayor. So he come from the interview for the second time. He went most to the first one and the mayor failed.
Okay.
He's going, and now at this time even they only put it. Okay. So the point I'm making is that the ANC has already a selection criteria where they interview people, even those who are not in metros.
Mashani, politically incorrect. Ritwiri, one of the proud doctors, Tshwane, he will tell us which of these famous political doctors he resonates with. His name, he's proud to put his name on. I once did a poster of putting all three of them in the same picture. Very proud moments for Tshwane. Chairman Legai. Everything. Hunted you for the longest of time. I'm glad that you came, and you are at home in the politics of Tshwane.
Yes, I feel at home. I'm relaxed.
Yes, you're at home here, and so I just want us to do this and allow me to do this. Maybe give us your genesis. I mean, Kgosi Baufile. Title ya Kgosi Majiteng, and then doctor Baufilona, because no kono dribula ko bolong, like it's a little man from your genesis. And then utor now, where has the organization deployed you? I know, so people can understand. Maybe take it from zero, so and you can explain this for us.
Okay, Kgoshi Gilibito.
Okay,
it's a name.
Yeah, you're not royal.
It's a name from my family. Actually, Kgosi Maepa. But then the person who was named Kgosi Maepa was my father's elder brother. Okay, he's late now. He was a political activist. He's the person who guided many political activists. Your likes of Stan Mathabata, Thabang Makwetla, my own father, and many others who went underground as young people.
Yes.
He was the leader underground of the ANC in the then Northern Transvaal that became Northern Province and later Limpopo, in the region of Skukuni, in the township of Motetema. That's where my genesis, my roots are based. Batho ba Maepa mare ba tswa ka Lolo ka kwa. Thabeng tsa Lolo Begersfort. Ko. Motlolo ga Matala. So that's where the Maepas people originate. But bona they come from, they are the Chopis. They come from Northeast Africa coming down. They are the Black Jews coming to Mozambique moving to South Africa. So the Malulekes, the Maepas, all those people, not people who come from the East, they moved with the animal movement and they ended up in the Kruger National Park and later into Limpopo. Then they displaced all over South Africa.
You said Chopis.
The Chopi people are from Mozambique. They still exist today in Mozambique. So all these people, most of them in those areas, the Motsekas, the Tau, the Mashekos, all those people who are staying in what you call Eastern Limpopo, that will be your Leidenberg area, Mashishing, Tzanin, all those areas. They actually are the people who come from Mozambique. Most of them then went all over, ended up to be, some of them have white ancestry, like the Maepas, they have white ancestry.
Ulukua.
Their ancestors, it has been something that is known, it's public knowledge. And then, and the Malulekas and others became what you call the Abad Batonga. They stay in Limpopo also. In various areas of Limpopo, they speak a language called the Sitsonga. So that's in brief the Maepas where they come from. So I'm the long list of generation. So that's my name. It's a heritage name from there. The doctor part is that it's an academic one. I studied at the University of Pretoria. Started with my bachelor's degree. First, I was a medical student. And then as a medical student, I failed one subject at the time. They were removing you from medical schools called physics. And then they said I must go to become a dentist. They put it into dentist, and I didn't like it. And then I did a Bachelor of Science, PSc, the honors. I went into Masters and PhD in Public Affairs then at the University of Pretoria. That's where the PhD comes from. And that's in short. I am married with 4 children, Dimpo, Mashubatele, Horisasa, and Nomzam.
So no lwela tavaru doctor le ba karo.
Yeah, so that is in brief.
Yes.
Right now I am here at Tshwane, obviously is home. I stayed here since I came back from school. And then I went straight into tax. And then I've been staying here since that until today. And I'm a naturalized person here. I was born in a township south of Johannesburg called Sharpeville. That's where my mother is from. My mother is Masutu. My father is Mopedi. So I speak Sesotho ANCYL together. And and as I said to you earlier offline, that today is actually Sharpeville Day. It's like what you call on the 3rd of September 1984. That's when what was popularly known as Black Power started in a township in Sharpeville, in the then Khutotaro Lekwaval, now called Sidibeng, Emfuleni municipality. Emfuleni is a place where the water, the place where there's a river. So you know the big Val River there. So many people today they remember the Sharpeville 6 were arrested, sent here to Pretoria Central Prison for life sentences for something they did not do. They were released late after decades after freedom, and some of them passed away. For no reason, they were coming from playing football. Some of them were youngsters, and their futures were just destroyed like that. So that's where we come from, most of us. That's where our political tooth was sharpened, and our experience. So we now have lived experience of what it is to be a political activist. We're just hearing about the Mandelas, the what, but now we have lived experience and we can share it now here with you.
Thank you. Very interesting names. The latter of your kids.
Yeah.
What are they? Who?
The latter ones, there are two older ones, boy and a girl, and the latter ones, boy and girl also, is Rolihlahla and Nomzamo. Rolihlahla because in 2013, when he was born, the mother had once labor pains that were so bad. I rushed her to hospital. And the doctor said, no, but we must check everything. So one of the things that we had to check was the heart rate and the child, etc. So we went to the heart hospital. When we arrived there, we found Madiba there. That's when he was very sick. He was referred to hospital. Pretoria Heart Hospital here at Park Street. So I went there, and when the mother was inside, attended by a cardiologist, then outside, people putting flowers, when Mati was in hospital, people were putting flowers. And so both these older ones asked me, what is this? What is going on? I said, no, Nelson Mandela. They said, who's that? They were young at the time.
Yes.
So I had to explain. So I said, if the baby becomes a boy, I'll name him Nelson Rolihlahla.
In honor.
Then, it happened to be a boy. And then he was named Nelson Rolihlahla.
Sure.
And then the younger one, funny enough, in April of 2018, then the mother was pregnant at the time with her. And Nomzamo Mandela passed away. She remembered at the time that she passed away on the 2nd of April. And I was at the stadium, there was a memorial service. And then I got a call that, hey, the mother is not well. So I said, hey, I remember I was sitting with comrades of Tshwane there. I said, hey, comrades, I have to leave urgently. I left a pregnant woman there too. And, I had to come here to pass my farewell to Nona Win. But, we don't know. Maybe if I get a girl there, we'll name her Nomzamo. And she became Nomzamo. So that's where the names come from, nothing in particular. But,
okay.
But also they resonate also with our political, ideological beliefs and values that we, in the revolution, we must continue with those that have done well. That's why we name places and so on. Even in our children, in posterity, they must appear, their names. In the ANC, there's a song that says, Mayebizo makama makawe. Dawe lakho zimolifika likhola. Kowanjani sesiklele noThambo sesimjela. Amabhuno, aKingsley Bepua are defeated. That song says, one day, the ANC, it was based on Christianity, so they used Christian songs. And it says, one day when we meet Thambo, all the roll calls of our names will be called one by one, and we'll account about how we fought the struggle. But that song in Christianity, it says, one day, when we meet with Christ. So, but ANC translates the song into revolutionary song. So this is a history of struggle that some of us grew up in and understand, and we're able to identify with our own children, our values, and our beliefs in what we believe in. Because what we believe in, basically, how we live. Yes.
Where are you deployed now? What is it that you do for the organization?
I've been requested to serve the organization in the office of the Premier of Gauteng. I work with the Honorable Premier Panyaza Nasiphi, one of the most hardworking revolutionaries of our time, the man who means his words and what he does, and like our program now that we'll talk about of Nasi Ispani, his ideas, he has many ideas. This is just one of them. Where it came from, where we are, how we look into the future. So I'm there to support the work of the mandate of the 7th administration that started, after the elections last year. So I'm there deployed with him. I've been deployed now for 2 years, the end of 6th administration, and this now, I've been there with him, and we work together. We do a lot of things. We support municipalities, even this one. So the work is done there to advance the political work of the African National Congress to make sure that the ideals that are enshrined there in the National Development Plan are realized, creation of jobs. And that's the main thing that, driven this Nasi Ispani program. It's the creation of jobs.
So Panyaza is regarded as one of the best trailblazers we have in South Africa, and of course, his burden is only Q ANC. We spoke a lot about how the Congress movement is imaging. Why can't you just send him to Matambandlovu? And of course, there's a queue and it's a pecking order. So I just want to ask this. He's regarded as one of the best, yes, not only in the ANC and even outside. Correct. And people are saying he's dwindling down with the demise of the ANC. And rightfully, they're indicating because, of course, the numbers of ANC are going down. Prince Mashala says, that guy's not popular, man. He presided over a Gauteng that is dropping numbers vigorously. Of course, those opposing him would say he's popular, but it's just difficult to do it with. So I want to give it myself. I regard Panyaza as one of the best we have in the country, and not only in the ANC, one of the best we have in the country. And the Mapanyaza, and apologies for calling them Mapanyaza, the crime wardens, of course, others call them green beans and stuff. It's one of those projects that people laughed at, but it's working. Yeah. So in December, is it December? No, is it? No, it's not December, man. It's this year. Come May. I was traveling to Northern Cape. I can tell you, it was a long weekend. That's what I'm thinking is December. I met not less than seven between here and Northern Cape. Yes, and they were meant by the crime wardens, and I was like, how many are these people? You see, so it's just an example.
13,000.
Yes, so that's felt governance on the road, because this is an example of we feeling them. So they were all over. We felt protected.
They are all over now.
Yes,
they are in schools. Yeah, they are in hospitals. They are at court. They are in police stations. They are at community centers. They are everywhere.
Yeah,
and that's where our people need safety. They are there. They are on the road, like you say. So people need safety everywhere. And that's what the concept of community safety is about, is that the community, wherever they are, they have to feel safe.
Yeah.
So these wardens are there to assist. They're going to assist now with pushing back on informal settlements. They're going to assist now on the G20. They will be there at the airport. They will be there to welcome the guests. They will be there to work at the G20. They will be there to show people direction. They are there everywhere. So the idea, it's an idea that is holistic. It's not just to solve one problem, but it's to solve the unemployment, because in 2022, 23, this time, those young people were unemployed. How they're all working. They are in a formal job. They're all getting, some of them are trained with guns. Most of them are already trained with guns. Some of them are trained with drones. Some of them are trained now. Most of them are driving now. And many, many other things, so that they did not have 2 years ago. So it's an issue of employment creation, but also to make sure that we respond to the service delivery program of our people on the ground. And those people are the people known in the neighborhood. If you look now, the shift will change now in the evening. The others work in the day, the others at night. It will be people that will pass here in the street that you know them, that wearing that uniform of Gauteng. So all I'm trying to say is that he came up with an idea that is pragmatic, that people can identify with, that is community-based, that is responding to the direct need of the people in that area. To say, the people said, we want to search people who are selling drugs in here. He said, no, the people who stay here must be the ones who go there, because they know the criminals better. You can't take somebody from somewhere and deploy them here who doesn't know what is happening in that community. So these wardens must come from that community, whether you call him Panyaza or what. But those Panyazas must come from that area and they must work there. And then in that way, people are able to, give them intelligence and say, hey, go and check that house, go in the street, because we need street committees that are able to say that house is not good. They don't do podcasting at garage. They do something else.
No, thank you. So, for those who feel offended by us calling it a Panyaza, just relax. It's in no way a disrespect. Doctor and I are old enough to know that we used to call Gautrain Shilowa Express is because he presided over the province administration at the time. Another legacy, a winning legacy, when was leading education, of which Matumichulan is still enjoying the benefits of its grade 8 and first grade applications. Teething problems every year. Now, smooth sailing. You understand? So I just want us to talk about why at some point it was even felt as if this Panyaza, the crime wardens, were finding resistance even from within. I mean, there were media indications that says even Bekitele was not happy about it. Yes. Why was it? Were you able to smooth it? Are they working well together, or there's still a bit of problems for?
Now things are far better. I mean, they do all the operations now, fully fledged part of
independently, or they are doing
they're still working within the law enforcement agencies.
Okay,
they're part of it now, 100%, like all the other law enforcement. As I said, some of them are still in training.
Yes.
So we're gonna get them to the right level of qualification to be able to do all the things. But you can see them in the church office. Mm-hmm. They're working with the constables. They're working in various areas that others I can't mention. Yes. But they've been trained in a lot of areas. It's better, far better now, because the people understand now that, those teething problems happen in everything. When there are new players at Orlando Pirates, they ask, who's this guy? Mm-hmm. And now everybody says, Jesu kasi bilibili, this is bilibili now. Mm-hmm. But when they sign, they say, but from such a small club. Mm-hmm. But the guy now is a hero. He scores at every game.
Yes.
Until the people see the output or the throughput, they won't believe it. Yeah. They want to see the results. Now, the people at the time thought it's just another program of government of wasting money. Mm-hmm. But because the crime in the area is reducing, and the break-ins and this, because we have more boots on the ground and more soldiers to inform the police on time. Like I say, there are people now who act as our informants in the communities, who now, because there are people who are police are among them. So they're able to tell them that, but in that place, there's a problem. So we are able to now go directly to where the problem is. When they say this Nyaope being sold there, we go there. When they say those are the cash-in transit heights, we go there. So at least now there is connection between us and the community. Now the community now see the value. That, these people now have come. And here, look, we are able to be stopped 7 times and searched. You said it yourself. Mm. So now that impact that you felt, everybody's feeling it. Mm. At different angles. When they drop the child at the gate at school, the wardens are at the gate standing. No guy who sells drugs come there, you see, and sell at the gate, because they know there are police there. So the people now are seeing and feeling the rewards of that program. So immediately when people start feeling the results, that's when they will respond positively, and that's what we're experiencing. Now, we don't want to just pride ourselves of that. We want to grow that. That's why we say we're on volume 2 of Nasi Ispani. So Nasi Ispani is a program to say, here it's work, but valuable work that will help our community. But right now, the program that I'm bringing forward is not necessarily about wardens. It's a program where we teach people bricklaying, basic things that are connecting to people. Because unemployed people, we are targeting poor people who have poor metric results, people who have certificates who are sitting at home, people who have degrees, and many other young people. To say, okay, come, let's reskill you. Perhaps you were skilled in one skill and you can't find a job. Let's give you another one for free as government. We reskill you and we put you in an environment. Because what we are saying and what the Premier is saying is that why do we have to put so much money in tenders when we can train people in this area here where we are and they can fix a local school? We don't need to put a tender at the school. So we don't have to be having this big tender. There's people who are calling themselves this and that. They hijacked the tender. No, we retrained young people in this specific area. They go train at the same school. They get the training to do roof, to do ceiling, to do plastering, to do electrical work, plumbing. They get it there, working with our CETAs, working with Gauteng departments, DID, roads, etc., all our departments. And then we reskill those people and we say, go to that school, go to that Steve Biko and fix it. Go and do boilers at Steve Biko. Why do we have to put a tender of boilers and then the people protest that we don't pay them? Why don't we take that money and invest it directly into Nasi Ispani and take young people and say, work here? And when we do that, the young people also are able to become entrepreneurs in their own right. Because if we give them the necessary knowledge and skills, those young people, immediately they get other skills in the programs that are entrepreneurial training. And when they leave there, some of them open their own companies. Then they start fixing and putting rooftops to attract the light, to use for electricity. They start putting alternative water sources and many other things that we teach them to do. And in that way, these young people that become self-resourceful, they are able to do many other things. So Nasi Ispani concept, it's about that. It's about empowering the youth for the future, not just for a quick job, an EPWP job. No, we are not doing that. We are empowering young people for skills of the future. Because if a country doesn't have enough artisans, that country's development is doomed. Because infrastructure development depends on the engineering skills. It depends on artisan skills, water, electricity, building, infrastructure. If you can't have the right people, if you go to industrialized countries, you will see foreign nationals are working in those artisan skills because people in those countries ignored those. And those countries now have to lag behind and try and do that. In South Africa, we don't want to do that. Our young people here in South Africa, our natural and kids that were born in South Africa who are now young people, must get those future skills to be able to do the work. So in Gauteng, as the most populous province, we are saying, let's start it here. And let's make sure that as many young people as possible participate in these programs. And our current Nasi Ispani, we are basing it at schools. So our first point of call is the local schools. So if you see our advert there, we have put all the participating schools, that people who are selected, we have taken, you remember the Premier called people to come to schools to give CVs last year, etc. We have analyzed that database and selected the people who qualify for this and said, among this, can you respond SMS, you opt in or out? If you opt in, you put you on the list, we'll retrain you. And then you come into the Nasi Ispani. And then in the near future, you have the skills. And most of them who will want to continue with those skills, will let them continue to get the highest qualifications. And those who did not complete even matric will then have recognition of prior learning and study other things further if they decide to do so. So what we are doing, we are re-engineering the whole process of people who leave school and don't have work.
So is this Nasi Ispani or night training? What because people want jobs, they don't want to be retrained. I'm saying this because I was on the ground. I spoke to plenty of these aspirant Nasi Ispani recipients. I spoke to them, most of them. I said, like, what is it that you want? I even asked them, would you even want to be a crime warden? They say, no, of course, anything is good. So their idea is them having a job. I just want you to answer on that. So, and I suppose there are lots of faces on Nasi Ispani. But I remember the previous big one, it was just before the elections. And so people were even saying, because I asked this kid, is it, do you think this is electioneering? And if it's electioneering, do you mind? Because people even came wearing their political regalia, different from the ANC, of course. and they even declared their colors, who they come from, because they said they want a job. Do you think they would be taken aback if they realize the exercise was about training and not necessarily job placement?
Look, our target, we know that, okay, let's not put the cart before the horse.
Okay.
So before you get requisite skills, you must be trained.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no way to prepare a person better than training them first. Even any other job needs training. Even now doing the communication and speaking, if I want to have a podcast, you will have to train me. Even though I can be able to communicate, but still I need certain skills. So you don't just go into a job, you need to be properly and requisitely trained. Now, we train these young people because for them, they can choose while at the completion of the training if they really like that or not. But it's important as a country to make sure that we train as many young people as possible, because our economy is sophisticated now. The kind of work that you must do require you to be able to speak certain languages fluently, like English. You must be able to calculate and know some basic mathematics, etc., etc. So without those basic skills, you won't be able to do any other job. So it's important for us to make sure that our young people have those basic skills. That's why I said some of them, because now we are certifying, in other words, we are giving certificates for this Nasi Ispani. So when a person completes the training in plumbing, they will have a plumbing certificate, it will have an NQF. So that they can say, after this, at least now I have equivalent qualification with a grade 12. I can go to an FET, I can go here, and so on. So we are opening many avenues. It's not just particularly that. So we are opening to an array of opportunities. But before you get to those opportunities, you still need reskilling and retraining. Of course, those that are trained will absorb immediately and be able to use. Now, that is the idea of the Premier. When we train these young people, we want to cancel the tender that we're using for boiler making. They must go and do boiler making for us. You know, we have how many tertiary hospitals as Gauteng, our own hospitals, that we spend millions of rands on this programs to have boiler makers, etc. Now imagine if we have our own timber of boiler makers, how much money we'll save. That money can be used inside the hospital for many other things, you know, and that is money we spend on tenders, etc., etc. Because on tender, you're not just paying for that, you're paying for a lot of things as well. So if we are able to reduce the amount of tendering and put it on reskilling and retraining young people, imagine how much also government will be able to do with the little rent value that will be much spread around to help as many young people, and also help schools and health, because our big expenditure is in education and health. And if we can get many skilled people to come and assist in that regard, you know, we can be able to reprioritize some of the money and put on other things that we need, like recreation, sports, and other things that young people also need. Now, I am saying all this because this is not just a focus program on this just one skill. So if we put Mashiane and we train him to do plumbing and electrician, they can decide to go into construction and go build houses and put all the electrical work and all the work of plumbing for all the new houses that are built. If we train them, all the incomplete RDP houses, we won't have to put a new tender. They can come and complete because they'll know how to roof, how to tile, how to paint, how to put water and electricity. So we don't have to put a tender.
No problem. After training, are you employing them?
Yes. So the first employment program will be our own project. I give you an example. So we have a list of hundreds of houses that were incomplete we give people projects. We say, go and complete this school. They don't complete the school. The school stands there. The budget is still there. The people run out of funds. The bank don't borrow money anymore. So what do we need to do? We can't take out new money now to the same person. What we want to do is to say to these young people, okay, there's a school incomplete. We get people in the regions. The regions are called corridors. Let's say this is a North Corridor Tshwane, and we say these are a number of supervisors in the regions. Go and supervise these young people as a city of Tshwane. They must complete the school.
Okay.
Yes.
So the sectors: automotive, welding, metalwork, electrical, domestic plumbing, and these are the skills development training that you are offering.
Yes.
Yes. So what all of this means is you intend to, after training these people, to hire them. This is what you are saying. And they will be going to, so if you hire Mashiane from Atteridgeville, chances are he'll be doing handyman work in Atteridgeville. This is what you are saying. So you're saying you hire people from there next to those schools using the database Maloba, and they're going to impart their skills where you employed them.
No, first we train them from the database of CVs that they submitted. Secondly, Gauteng is big. So let me give you an example. There's also landscaping there, you see, in gardening and so on. So we train people in landscaping. It's a skill. It's a business on its own. So you need to have qualification in agriculture to be a proper landscaper.
Yeah.
Now, we know, we have highways that need to be carved, the grass need to be reshaped, pavements, and so on. And Gauteng is one of the most cut area in South Africa with roads. Now, we have a budget in our deep roads and transport to look after those highways and roads. I don't know how many kilometers of road it is, but there's thousands and thousands of kilometers. Now, imagine if we save that budget and we don't have to tender on that, and we take the same young people to go on Benskuman Highway N1, to go on the N3. There's also highway passing here in Ward 7 and 4 passes here, and look after it, just the stretch from Mamelodi going to what is it called, this thing? Hartebees. Imagine how many kilometers is that. Just them doing the landscaping. How many young people can we hire there? How many companies of young people coming from Nasi Ispani who can work there? I'm just giving an example that all over there's public works. Now, the public work program that we don't do properly is that we're not having the requisite skills still to make sure that it's sustainable and is done for a longer period. So landscaping is a seasonal business. But if we have properly trained seasonal landscapers, they can look after it for 12 months. They know during winter what to do to look after the plants. No, let's take the fountain circle. You know the fountain circle? It belongs to the city of Tshwane. That, and going into the highway doesn't belong to the city of Tshwane, but belongs to the province. Now, that whole area must be maintained of fountain. Who do you think? We hire people, we contract people to come and maintain that. But if we have young people who are trained well here in Atteridgeville or from the inner city central, they can go there and be the ones that are contracted throughout the year to look after those parks, to look after those areas, to look after fountains, to look after those flags there in the middle that we will have welcome people with the G20 to maintain the infrastructure there. Just next to UNISA there, that whole infrastructure, it needs to be cut next to the house drain. All that area needs to be cleaned up. But somebody must do it. There must be a company of landscaping. And I don't want to tell you how much we pay those people per annum to do that work.
Okay. How long is an answer that clarifies you are not hiring people because you see elections, because they are accusing you of this is electioneering? How long will these trainees be in a program on an employed basis? Like, little employer for how long? What do you have in mind?
You must remember that while we employ young people, we give them stipends. You know that, of course. So we pay them immediately when they start to be able to come to the programs.
That is during training?
During training. So we make sure that they are well looked after, because they are unemployed people. So how are they going to get to the programs? Some of them have to go to local schools. Some of them must travel. Some of them don't necessarily stay in those areas. So we'll assist them with some money to make sure that it will be determined based also on their current qualifications, what they have, because also we must compensate those who have already some diplomas, etc., etc. So all we are saying is that, and I want to remove this notion of electioneering. Elections come every 2-year cycle in South Africa. Last year it was national elections. We have not combined our local government and our national and provincial elections. So every 2-year cycle, there are always going to be elections. After this local government elections, in 2029, there will be provincial. And now if we don't do a program, will you say it's again in the elections? No. You can't repeatedly say that everything we do is elections. No. What we are doing is to run in the program and prioritizing what we have agreed in our MDP. To say in the medium term, this is our expenditure and that's what we want to spend it on young people, on skills development. We want to work with all your major cities in South Africa to make sure that in Gauteng, as you all know, Gauteng is the most populous province with almost 17 million people. And most of the young people reside in this province. So it's not about elections. It's about prioritizing where the young people are in their majority and looking after them and giving them opportunities to develop themselves and to get better and to get ahead in life. To see that the corner, we are removing people here at the corner. Nasi Ispani is to say, it's the language of the township and say, I'm hooking you up with something. That's what we are doing. That's what government is doing. We are not trying to play politics by this. It's to hooking up the young people with the real thing, something they can touch. Like we honestly spoke about the wardens that we spoke about, like the teacher's assistant who are now working as we speak right now in schools. So do you know about the thousands we've hired? That was not an election program. We did it this year and in the previous year. So there are many other things that we are doing in this Nasi Ispani project that are not, and they have nothing to do with elections. It's purely the programs to achieve the targets of how much we must spend in a particular financial year.
Thank you. Nepotism, corruption, and I'm stating this one deliberately. There's a gentleman who came here in the podcast. His name is Ntsako, and he came here to lament his participation in Nasi Ispani. He worked there. He comes from Soshanguve, and going to Jozi was a struggle for him. He says when their term was ending, there was a proposition for him, for Matanyula, for him to maintain his job. He said it here, and he said he's not happy with the program because people are abusing their powers on these young people. He says, is the culture of ANC Matanyula bringing in them into Nasi Ispani, and he's a victim of that.
That's when arise the conditions that were compromising my principles. You understand? They wanted to do it in a comradely. You understand? That's when even this issue of, I hear there's a trend of Mantanyula. You understand? In the branch, in the trenches of the ANC right now, they are talking about Grotmans who want Mantanyula in returns of you giving you the opportunity that you want. Seeing that I was so desperate for opportunity, seeing that I was so desperate for a job, and these are the people who are telling you right in your face that you can do anything with whatever gripes that you have. Hence, but we can help you in the other way. The other way, when by the way things were done, it was leading to Mantanyula.
So is this Mantanyula allegations, was it in your head? You thought that's what they want you to? So you are saying they could have helped you. You could have won your job back.
I promise you, if ever I was someone who wasn't principled enough and go with how it's suggested, I wouldn't be here. Maybe today I'll be driving a Range Rover or whatsoever. My career will have been catapulted.
Such allegations paint the whole beautiful thing into disrepute. Have you had challenges like that, and have you dwelt on it as a department, as a province, to say, oh, at the end of this, because they've got faces, when they are ending, are there others who are getting employed? Who makes these decisions? And why are others earmarked for promotion or absorption, and others fall through the cracks? What is happening? What is the ideal process of doing this? Just to make sure that, because their parents, I bet they're looking at this and thinking, if I let my child to go into those corporate offices, for her to maintain the job, because she has already tasted honey and she wants it, what if they try to, take advantage of it just for her to keep a job? What happens in those, and what kind of checks and balances do you employ in making sure that these kids are protected, because they are very young and desperate?
Look, organizations that want to come and work with us as government, we make sure that we check them. So we won't just put young people in something or with organizations that don't have credibility or integrity, or we never checked them before. So as government, we always check. We not necessarily quickly go and jump and put young people in a program that can jeopardize or put them at risk of anything, even their lives, or maybe sexual favors or abuse or any form of nepotism, cronyism, corruption, and so on. Most of the young people, as I said, that we are putting in volume 2 of Nasi Ispani, they will work in public works. Public works, I mean, not a department. They will work in the work of government, of the public. They will go and clean up the cemeteries. They will go and, let me just give you also an example. Do you know that the work that goes into looking after cemeteries in 1 year, in one cycle, how much is it?
No.
It's a lot of work. Just to look after one cemetery.
Yeah, it's a lot of work in monetary terms, or the
monetary and physical terms.
Yeah.
So you need also to train people how to handle those sensitive things, because that's where the families have put their loved ones. So there's a lot that goes into public works. They will work in libraries. They will work in many other public works. So the young people that we are training, we are, and also remember that young people during the time, they can get other jobs that are not necessarily public works. But we are happy that we train them to prepare them for the world of work. The idea, Mashiane, at the end of the day, is to help a young person just not to be at the corner, just not to get impregnated at home and sit and do nothing. Just to make sure that they are busy doing something. In the process of their development and academic advancement, they will get that opportunity that they are dreaming of. But they can't just sit back and do nothing, because it's when they're doing nothing that they get affected. But if government can give them something to do in the meantime to develop themselves, it's either they can want to stay in the public sector and work there and become a senior superintendent in the police, starting from being a warden. They can choose that. I mean, it's a career path there. Or they can decide that after that, I want to be a private CID, criminal investigator, because I've gained enough experience. They can decide to be a plumber and sit and want a pension fund from government, or they can decide and open a plumbing company. All I'm trying to say is that we are just enabling the environment. Now, if you find wrong elements that are taking advantage of these young people, because we can police the people that train them. I mean, for an example, those that we'll be putting in schools now to be trained as welders and etc., they'll be trained by people who train people at FET colleges, some of them who have teachers' qualifications in technical schools, etc., etc. So that problem may exist, but it's not a general thing that happens to everyone. There's always exceptions where things happen that we don't have control of. But obviously, we will clamp hard on those people. And we are sending out a message that if you think you can take advantage of these young people by sneaking into our program to come and help and work, and you end up doing those things, obviously, you have seen now how the wardens catch a few.
The people who are allegedly targeting are not external organizations coming in are people employed in the city, in the province, in the provincial government. As close as Panyaza's office, the allegation goes there. And they are saying it is those people who've got power to influence. Let me, for example, you spoke about those who work in libraries and the others who work in the graveyard. So you see, someone will have to make a choice of who goes in the cemetery and who goes in the graveyard. That by itself, the doctor, opens up a gaps for abuse, and an enticement is going to be created that where do you want to work? What are you going to do? Yes. So, and the allegation that was given to us here on this channel, that was these people sit in the highest echelons of Gauteng government, and they are known. And these young people want to know, have these issues been addressed? Have people have head rolled after allegations have been made? They've got track record of protecting these young kids.
Yeah, you see, also allegations, they must be tested.
Yes.
So when I make an allegations, it's for me to prove. Proof is on me. So if I say this person has killed this person, I must produce a corpse, number one. Number two is that I must prove that this happened at this time. It's not for that person to prove, because I was alleging against that. True. So some of the allegations, I think if the premier will know, as a person that many people in South Africans have trust and they know him, elect. If he will know something like that, and people close to his office or in the departments are doing certain things, he will act. You've seen him now. He released how many reports, forensic reports, in the last few weeks. You've seen on national TV. And the people who are accusing him from other parties that I won't mention here because of their color. The color of their political party is not a nice color. That they accuse the premier of not releasing forensic report because he's protecting officials and this and the other person. Premier released everything. So I don't think the premier will be afraid. If the people are being alleged by SIU and someone, you saw the premier acts. So the premier acts on everything. It's a person that is trusted since he's been MEC for, I think, a decade or more. He's been now a premier since 2022 to now. He's 2025 now. He's still working with the people. And I think if there's something that is brought to his attention, as close as his office, and he knows the facts, I don't think he will hesitate to act. But what I can tell you is that most of our people that we work with, they go through lifestyle audits, they checked, they not giving criminal records, all those type of things. So we check those things. So we won't just expose our young people to dangers as government deliberately without properly checking the kind of people they interact with. We won't do that.
Okay, thank you. Let's come back to the politics of Tshwane, where you reside. I previously hosted Celia's Brank, who's coming back as a councillor, as an executive mayor candidate for DA. A space where the African National Congress, when I spoke to them, they were vehemently saying the DA is deliberately ignoring townships and giving suburbs all the attention. And I asked him and both Jackie to say, as a resident, if I pay, I need service, whether I'm in the township or I'm in the suburb. How do you balance that? So now I want to drop it to you as a citizen of Tshwane. What should happen? Should budget be allocated to an area because it's paying, or there's a need? And how do you strike that balance?
Look, let me perhaps give this just a brief background.
Yeah.
The people you've spoken about and their organization came here in 2016 with hopes of making this Hollywood, this city. If you remember, with yes jackets. I saw some of their leaders at the time have opened new political parties, two of them. The two parties, I think it's Action SA and the other one of Musi. those at the time were leaders of that political party. They have since left for various racial reasons. They complain about racism. So that political party is not honest. Its own members, not me.
Okay. Wait.
No, I want to give you...
Yes, I want you to clarify it.
I'm going to get...
Qualify it. When you say it's not honest, its own members, are you saying
its own members are saying it's racist? Own members.
Or DA members are saying DA is racist?
Yes.
Okay, no,
fine. I'll qualify what I'm saying.
Thank you.
So you will remember that there was the gentleman who opened this, Herman Mashal. He said Helen Zille, the DA, is racist. She is leaving to opening a political party. Musi my money. I can count them. They complain about the same thing. Now, if their own members say that they have a racist problem, why do you think the rest of South Africans are saying? Okay, residents of Tshwane, do you think they don't know? They're oblivious to that fact? They are not. Unfortunately, they experienced it through how they were treated on the ground, that the services were taken to the affluent areas. I happened to be the leader of the ANC caucus at the time. And I'm the one who said, okay, fine. If you don't believe this, we'll commission ideas and research, because perhaps science will convince you better than just people when they say, let me do it as a scientist. So we went to CSIR. I said to them, test this water of Amanskraal. I took bottles. There's still videos. Yeah, open. On YouTube, everywhere, and the internet, they're there. If you type, you'll get the whole story. We took 500 milliliter bottles like this, vials. We put water from the taps in Amanskraal. We said, check this microbial substance in this water, E. coli, fecal matter in the water, and many other things. They found all of them. And they came, they gave the report. I took it to the council. I said in a council meeting, here's the report, here's the water. The mayor at the time, I said, drink the water yourself, Mokhalapa. He denied to drink the water. I said, you expecting the people who are sitting on this side of the table in the same council to drink the water. The people sitting from your affluent areas not to drink the same water. So now, these things, science have proven it. It's not something that I make because I just don't like them. Science has proven the facts. You see, there's a difference when science proves something and when we just say it. So the people in Namaskar said that the water caused problems. I said upstream in September of 2019, this will be 6 years to date, before there was a cholera outbreak in Namaskar. Unfortunately, people had to sacrifice with their lives. And that political party, the DA, was government. I said, stop what you're doing, the people are going to die. Because they did not look after the projects there. They alleged previous corruption issues, and they wanted to divert that money to the affluent areas, not to fix the pump stations that were there. And then what happened? People died. The facts now. And so people who were saying that they were diverting resources to the affluent areas, they were not lying, because scientifically, there's a CSIR report that came, that was publicized in the media. There's a CSI report that I took to council, and I insisted that it must be recorded within the minutes of council, that this report came, you are ignoring the report. We even had to get National Department. That's when they started working on that reval. It's National Department, by the way, that is working there to try and resolve the water problem. Now, all I'm trying to say to you is that this thing is not a fluffy story. It's a fact of life. There was a racially based budgeting process to favor certain areas over others. And when you receive money from national government as grants for Bontekebo as a development grant for housing, that grant is not written Waterkloof for Mamelodi. It's a Tshwane grant. Now that grant must be equitably shared. When equitable share comes, it comes on a number of people that are in an area. And in the area of Tshwane, those people must then be serviced with that money. So when you take that money and you put it in another area, more than in another area, you're causing problems. And majority of our people, 75% of Africans, they don't stay in Waterkloof, who stay live in Tshwane. I know the numbers. So if you take the money then and you turn it around and you say it's only the 25%, you are disenfranchising the 75%.
You speak about Waterkloof. Jackie A says the chairperson of Tshwane ANC lives in Waterkloof. She lives in Equestria. DA member Ufenze lives in Soshanguve. She insists ANC leaders live in wards that are run by DA. Is that true? Do you want to challenge there and specifically state where you live?
All ward councillors of the ANC live in their wards. Let's start first day.
No.
We'll get to
No, you are
this.
being disingenuous.
No. I'm getting to the leaders.
Her
You
challenge
ask me. No. You say Jackie Ace.
Says
Jackie Ace.
Jackie A says all ANC leaders
It's not true.
live in wards run by DA. So it's a challenge. She's posing it on you as leaders of the ANC. Do you want to accept the challenge by proving to her that you live in a
No, I want to show you the flip side of it.
Yes.
Since I came to university till today, I've never lived in an ANC ward.
You've always lived
Because Hatfield is an DA area.
Okay, so
No, I'm just proving the flip side.
so she's correct. JKA
wait,
is correct that
wait.
ANC ANC leaders live in DA wards.
Let's be pragmatic.
Okay, let's do that.
All the black students who live in Ward 56 are living in a DA run area. And they are not DA members. So you can't qualify that. People live where they choose. It's a free country.
Of course.
You can't say I'm living in a DA or ANC area. I live to where I feel comfortable. And feeling comfortable, people don't also have to disclose where they live. It's against the POPI Act to give people addresses and so on public spaces. So I can't go out now. I think you should have warned him. That Jackie Ace. Unless the person they are alleging is here, you see what you must do.
Yes.
Just as an advice.
Yes.
When you make accusation against someone,
Yeah.
unless you prove signs.
But who?
No, let me finish.
Are you talking about me making an accusation?
No. Anyone. Jackie Ace aware.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
If I say Martial shot and killed the person, if I cannot appear in front of a judge and at least say where the weapon was, what was the position of Martial when he shot, where was the victim, if I can't prove at least those basic three principles of testing evidence, I must drop the case because there's no evidence. Now, if you come and make a claim against someone, the best thing as a communicator now, you as a media person, you must say, wait. Can we call you and the person together in the same, what you call this thing? Podcast?
Yeah.
Please, wait right there. Isn't that this is live? You say, Maepa, stop there. We are going to call the person that you are making allegations against. Because in that way, you are giving your audience and your constituency that listen to this podcast real-time reality. Because what you want to discover also in a podcast is to share information that is credible, that people can use, that can make decisions about. Because whatever we say here, people make decisions based on what we say. So politicians shouldn't be allowed. That's why people have lawsuits. Frivolous allegations. Allegations must be based and tested by facts. That's why in a court of law, if you say, I don't have a lawyer, they say we postpone. You know why? Because the judge don't want to be accused to say that he didn't give you an opportunity to get a proper legal position similar as the other side, so that they can be two sides of the story, and then by equals. So if a person comes and make a frivolous allegation, you must stop them there and say, okay, we heard your point. We are going in the next podcast to call the person you make allegations against. If you stand by your facts, you must be sitting there. They can sit there. You'll sit in the middle and you say what you say and what you have to say. Now, I am saying the members of the ANC or any other party, I mean, I can make claims now to say to you that, and I'm talking it as a matter of fact, that the DA leaders that are black are forever investigated by the DA if they move to affluent areas, that they stole money. I'm telling you, the DA leader, one DA leader told me, and I can point again back to Jackie Ace. I'm telling you, in Tony concept. Said to me, no, I'm telling you.
Yes.
Said to me, you know what, Maepa? I'm afraid if things go fine with me, they will investigate me. Because according to their minds, DA, if the situation or a social standing of one of their members change, they've stolen money.
So who was this person confiding to?
Okay.
Is it Jackie or
Protect the person now.
or an African person?
It's an African person
who was telling
who
you?
was a leader of the DA.
Yes.
Yes. I want to protect the person now
Yes.
because this is not about him.
Yes.
All I am saying to you is that we see when to make an allegation is a dangerous thing.
But
Because
there's no allegation here, Doctor. South Africa, as it stands, they know that Julius Malema, Cyril Ramaphosa, and Black Kofi reside in the same community. It's not
for me to come now
not
here.
yeah,
It's not for me.
it's not contravention of anything.
To be honest with you.
We know that Julius Malema o tswa Masakaneng o yo vote da ka the election even though he resides in Johannesburg. So what Jiggy Ace has done, and she breaks no rule.
Can I? No, I didn't talk about GKS me.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying the allegations made by the DA
yes.
against ANC leaders.
Yes.
We can simply point four of the fingers back
No.
and say, no, I'm telling you.
Yes.
I am just telling you because where the people stay is their choice.
No,
And we have to protect
it's a trump card.
No.
It's a trump card of the Democratic Alliance. They pride themselves with saying where they lead amongst other citizens, it's DA.
All
It's
ANC ward councillors, stay in their wards.
No, that's not what they're saying. They say
No, I am saying that I'm trying cut on.
okay, so
I am saying,
yes,
I'm saying to you,
yes,
I don't want to say what JKS is.
okay, sharp,
She has her reasons. I have my reasons.
sharp.
All ward councillors of the ANC, before they are elected, during their election, they are supposed to stay in their wards and they're staying there. So the ANC goes to the community when they elect a councillor. They say, do you know this person called Mashian? They say, no. They say, where is the address? They say, no, but okay, sharp. Do you want to elect him? Yes or no? So the ANC does community selection because they want to be sure that the person stays there. So the DA doesn't do that. I can tell you, Randall Williams was born in the Cape Flats. And he never stayed in Tshwane. He only came to Tshwane to work at the DTR. But he was a mayor of Tshwane.
What's wrong with that?
I am just saying to you, I'm just simply saying to you that, you see, to start talking about, this one stays there, this one stays there. Those things are neither here nor there.
See,
It's the
Frank
choice
was
of
born in
people.
East Rand. He lived in Palabora. We came here like you as a student at Tux.
Yes.
And he studied, and he went for
Yes, all I'm trying to say is that now I don't want to go into that discussion because that discussion doesn't have merit.
No,
to
it-
say, no, it doesn't.
no, give
That is their drum card.
give them no.
Let them give them.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to them. Actually, by the way, I have so much to say against the DA. I have collected so much against them during the time that we were opposition because I knew so many wrong things that they were doing. You see, we just did not have time to reveal all of them. But anyways, it's a matter for another day. The DA, just to remind you,
Yes.
do you remember the DA said in their trump card of 2016 why they govern their clean?
Yes.
It was written
yes.
on the posters.
Yes.
Are you still saying today the DA is clean where they govern?
I've been told otherwise by people who came and said, amongst them is Abel Dow, who came and told me that the DA is
No,
not.
Randall Williams, the former mayor of the DA. Let me save Dow for today.
Yeah.
He also said it in front of me, by the way. So because he was together with me in the
Are
country.
you saying it's Dow who told you?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, no, I'm asking.
No, it's not.
All right, sure.
Randall Williams, after they removed him, what did he say about Brink?
He said Brink was planted by whites who according to him he had to report to Brink even though he was senior because the white cabal in Tshwane was there to protect Celia's Brink.
Do you think that is a racial issue or not?
No, of course it's racial.
So now the DA, there's so much against them. They don't qualify from an iota of ethical ground to stand and point a finger at anyone. They don't have any holy standing.
But why don't you say Randall must prove it?
No. It's not for me. I'm not from the DA.
Yeah, but you see,
It's for the
you are not consistent. On others, you say people must provide.
No, but it's them who said it. I ask you,
Yeah.
Randall, what did he say? You told me.
Yes.
I'm just repeating from what you said. I don't create new things. I am saying to you only from what you say.
Yes.
That Randall himself, from the Democratic Alliance, help me. He is saying, I've listed before a number of DA leaders who say consistently the same message as Randall.
Yeah.
I said Mashab, I said Maiman, I said. Now you're saying yourself, Randall, say the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, from that alone, the only summary conclusion that can be made is that the DA, because of their racial outlook that is selective, they don't have any iota of ethical, moral standing to point any finger to anyone. Because in this country, we suffered from racial exclusion for many years. We cannot impose apartheid South Africa, continue with these guys, but on the same racial terms, and come and be holy cows when it suits us. So the DA, to answer your first question, is that they've never ever had any intention to go and develop townships. They've never had any intention to use the budget of Tshwane to help any township become better. By the way, during the time the ANC was government, even before now, when Mayor Gwen Ramkgopa was here, Sputa Kgosi and Ramkgopa, do you know that the ANC won the ANC ran Tshwane, won in South Africa, not among the metros only, won in South Africa Bontekebo to program because Attersville was one of the cleanest areas in South Africa. Do you know that? Now, those programs were run by the ANC. They were not run by the DA. When the DA came, you could have went to Mshongo and see how dirty it is. You could have went. Mamelodi was one of the dirtiest townships before now the administration come to clean it up. Because the interest of working in the township was not there.
Let's talk about Dr. Nasiphi Moya. Brilliant work she's doing. People of Tshwane have fallen in love with her. And unfortunately for the African National Congress, they wanted to continue. Of course, I don't have polls to test this narrative. Do you agree with them on them?
People?
No, people of I do Vox Populi where I go to the ground and I ask people and they tell me what they feel. So I'm telling you that a lot of people, when I ask them, they tell me that they love what Dr. Nasiphi Moya is doing and they would want it to continue. If they were to do that, do you find that it's a bad thing for the African National Congress?
The Nasiphi Moya was put there by the ANC.
Of course, but would you want it?
No, I'm answering your question. You must also give me a chance to answer. I listen to your question. Okay. And I listen very carefully. Sure. So I take you very serious. Because I know what it means not to take you serious.
Sure.
Dr. Nasiphi Moya, she's doing good work. She's working hard. But she is a product of the collective decision of the ANC. The majority of the mayoral committee is ANC. So the portfolio holders there are ANC leaders. She is the face, so she has to be recognized. But it's the ANC ideas that she's pushing. Because all those people who are running street roads are from the ANC. The potholes that are closed are run by the ANC. Am I correct? The financial run by the ANC. The public works, the water, electricity run by the ANC. So I am saying the ANC itself, with their ideas, that remember the ANC, what we argued is that we had a plan for Tshwane. So if you put us back into government, we'll resolve the problems that we had with the DA, and we resolved them. You don't hear now in the media they say Eskom, rainwater, what. You don't. So it means that the people who do collections between MMC Bushielo and MMC Modise, they are doing their work. So, but we don't take a shine because we work as a collective. But there's nothing wrong if people give that credit because she's just alone there in that collective. They think they're 2 or 3. There's about 11 of them, including her, 10 MMCs, etc. All I am saying is that the collective is doing their boot work. They're on the ground. She is also on the ground. And take nothing from her, she works hard. I've seen her on the ground as well.
But
I am saying the collective. Remember, this is a arrangement of coalition. It's not just if you take the majority party in Tshwane, unlike 2016 when the Blue Jackets came, this time around in 2021 is the ANC that was majority in this election that we come from, local government. The DA was majority 2016.
I'm waiting for when you give her credit.
I gave her credit.
You
I said, I've seen her on the ground. She's doing excellent work.
You said but.
I didn't say but. You said that.
No, you said but. In the initial
No.
statement.
I said you came ahead of me.
It's on
I
the
said-
record, doctor.
It's fine. You can check the record. I listen to myself.
I can pull Hansard.
It's fine. I said she is doing excellent work. I repeat again. She is doing excellent work. She is on the ground. She's part of a collective that is working together to make things happen. ANC policies of indigent policy of helping people are the ones that are implemented. Those are ANC policies. They are not Action SA policies. The policies to make sure that townships are cleaned, where people live, their socio-economic environment of squalor and abject poverty, they are ANC policies. You see, to make sure that social services, amenities are given to the elderly, those are ANC policies. All those policies are being implemented. We never say, and I want you to listen to this carefully. Okay. We never say, because she's from Action SA, using ANC policies, she's an ANC mayor. We never say that. Because we understand that we are part of the coalition government. So we don't use the word from our party or anything. Because when you are in a collective or a coalition, the credit must be given to the coalition government. Yes, she's the leader. She has to take the credit for it. There is, however, a collective that is working in that coalition of different parties. Now, the party is not only the African.
Okay, let's do this, Doc.
By the way, it's not only the ANC.
You labeled everything ANC policy. Which of her deeds?
I was making a point that I'm
Yes.
never saying that she's an ANC mayor.
Which of her deeds do you give her credit as an individual and as an office bearer to say, you see on this one, this is her and she's taking the shot? Because you don't seem, you produce a bouquet of flowers and you want to give her one, but you say, no.
I never do
ANC,
that. No.
this is collective.
No, I am just
Just
saying.
tell me
I was
one thing
making
that
the
you
point.
think, this is her shining.
No, I'm not saying. I was making the point to show you that if I had to pull the ANC card, it will be ANC all over.
So,
Yes, I was saying to you, the ANC's majority. I was saying to you, in the coalition.
if it's all over, then you are even disregarding the fact
No. Let
that
me finish my point. No. Let me finish my point. I'm saying the way you present it, you say her as an individual.
yes, that's what I want you to do.
I say as a collective, because as an individual, she wouldn't be there. That's what I want to show you. So as an individual, there wouldn't be an Nasiphi.
I'm mourning, Dr. Nasiphi.
No, I do. I respect her a lot.
But
And I
you
respect
are
what she's
unable
doing.
to point
No,
out.
I want to correct you first.
Yes.
Before we get to her achievements, which she has a lot of them.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
but I wanted to correct you first.
Do the correction.
So if you isolate her from the collective, you say the collective is not doing anything.
No, it's you who stated that.
No, I state the collective because I want to remind you.
No, you said
I want to remind you that this is a coalition government. It's not, they
so coalition government working on ANC policies. That's what you
No,
said.
I'm saying AC majority. I'm not wrong in anything I say.
And you said whatever she's doing, she's implementing.
I am saying
ANC
no. I'm
policies.
saying if I had to pull the card of a political party, I was going to produce a lot of ANC policies and say, is he an ANC mayor? No, it's not. So I'm not using that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm saying
Let's
to you
talk about-
before we go there,
Yeah.
I want me and you to have an understanding
Yes.
that this is a coalition government. That simply means it's a shared government, and that simply means it's a collective. Because immediately you isolate people in a coalition government, you know what you're doing? You are making the others to say, but this is my work. Now, when do we go and do the portals? You will say, no, it's an MMC of ANC who closed these portals, the mayor coming.
But Doctor, the people can tell that you started this narrative as ANC-led, ANC majority. Now you are becoming politically correct. Now you want to go PC, and then you are saying, and it's a collective of everyone.
It's fine.
But
No,
let's
I was just correcting. So let's come to her achievement. She's doing very well.
Thank you.
The mayor of Tshwane has done very well. Actually, she has assisted in exposing what we were always saying, because history will judge us correctly that the DA was wrong.
Okay.
Yes. So the wrong things that the DA has done, she has corrected them.
Okay.
So we must give it to her.
Outside
The
ANC influence.
No, don't go back.
I'm going the deliberate, which is deliberate, because I want to isolate her greatness from her influence from the ANC.
No, she's from Action SA.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. I want to isolate her greatness away from the ANC.
No. She's great. You see, don't do that, because that's what I want you not to do. I'm talking about her now. You want me to go talk about the ANC. I don't want to talk about...
No.
When I talk about her, you ask me, let's talk about her as an individual.
Yeah.
I'm answering you as an individual. But she come from DA and Action SA. She come from two political parties. She left the DA, she went to the Action SA. So why don't you talk about her political party? Because I can tell you also wrong things about her political party. But I'm not there.
Yeah.
So also don't take me to the ANC. Let's talk about her like you asked.
Okay.
I am saying she has done very well. And she should be given credit for the work she has done for shifting the needle from the wrong things that the DA used to do to where we are right now. Because we are in a better space now of a visionary leadership to be able to mention those things and call them out. To say, Brink, you did this, we're not going to do this, we're going to go to the Township. We're not going to do this, we're going to do that. You see? So those things are brilliant. And I have nothing against her. She's actually a very brilliant woman, very successful in what she does, and very educated and intelligent woman. So I don't hold any shade or anything against her. No ways. In no circumstance.
As a citizen of Tshwane,
Yes.
would you be happy to see her wearing the medal chains next year?
Of the African National Congress will...
I said outside the African National Congress.
No, I can't
As
do
a
things
citizen.
outside. No.
You as a citizen, and I'm deliberating.
No, you said to me...
As a citizen, when? As a citizen of
No,
this...
I want to see an ANC mayor, me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Despite her great work.
Yes, because remember, that's why I wanted to explain in the beginning, but you didn't give me chance, so I left it.
Linda sacrificed a lot. So Linda sacrificed a lot. So who in the African National Congress, who in the African National Congress do you think can give a run for her money? 2026.
There's plenty of people in the African National.
I know they are, but
Plenty.
Who?
It's for the ANC to make that decision. I'm not in the space myself.
But I was talking to you as a citizen.
Oh,
The
okay.
seat.
Okay, there's a lot of people. I mean, Dr. Kgoshi Maepa did very well.
Very brilliant.
Brilliant. So ANC, Dr. Gwen Ramkhopa did very well. Fadam Kacha did very well. Pakstow did very well. There's many people in the ANC.
Those are the past. In the future, who do you think has not told those very
new young people coming here? There's new young people on the block that the ANC can recruit. Very intelligent, very educated.
I can. The last person I interviewed was Tlangi Mugali. So if I say Tlangi Mugali, do you think she could be the best candidate to give a run for money? I'm doing it deliberately because
I will not want to mention any of the ANC people because they must go through selection. Okay. You see what the ANC has done? They've put guidelines now. And they said there must be a mayoral process followed by the guidelines. So let me not put my cart before the horse and be quoted to say
I respect
somebody has put this name
that
and so on. So the ANC itself has now decided in this election that they're going to go with a guideline to say, if you want to become a mayor of a metro, this is the caliber of person you must be.
Okay.
So that guideline now has to be implemented, and through the NEC, PECs and regional structures, that in the metros, the 8 metros will be different from the districts, etc., on how to select a metro executive mayor. So let's allow that process. Let me not take the shine from the SG. Let him be the one
Who articulate
it. I can tell you now, there's a guideline.
Yes.
And many people, the ANC is allowed also not to take people from the structure. So the ANC now can go and say, you see, that professor is the right person to become the mayor. So
let's bring him in.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do.
So that issue, it will require the NEC to handle it.
Thank you, and I'm glad you and I. Rehopula like Maloba when 2016 and when Togo Didiza name almost blew up this.
Remember that?
Yes. So when Silas was sitting where you were sitting, he was bragging about him having gone through an interview. He came through a process of interview, merits and everything, and he was produced as the best candidate to represent Tshwane. And I applauded them for that. And
Randall says that he comes from the white clique. I'm joking, as you said.
so he says the African National Congress, by the way, they are battling to even sit. They said May, they said June, they said July, and they say August. August has passed. And this is Silas Bank saying. So, and you are telling us that you've got a new way of producing this mayoral candidate. Is it an interview kind of process? Is it going to be a regional conference that dictates?
No.
Yeah.
The ANC long had the interview process before that day.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So,
I understand.
so
but I'm deliberately saying it because I want you to respond to what he said.
Okay.
So I don't have to speak
No,
for
he
you.
doesn't know the ANC.
Yeah, so I want you to say it.
Silas Brink, remember, is a failed mayor. So he come from the interview for the second time. He went most to the first one and the mayor failed.
Okay.
He's going, and now at this time even they won't put him.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is that the ANC has already a selection criteria where they interview people, even those who are not in metros.
Okay.
So all the mayors of the ANC are interviewed at all levels. So there's no mayor that is not interviewed. Even this one that is coming in Tshwane will be interviewed.
Yes. So
meaning it's an old ANC process.
Yes, but what he says is this particular candidate would have came from checks and balances, organizational checks and balances. Yes, the way he paints it.
Oh.
Yes, and that's why I want to give it to you. Unlike so they did not take a popular candidate who emerges from regions and stuff out of regional having emerged somewhere. This is what he says. And you are saying, no, that's actually disingenuous because you guys have internal process of producing the best candidate.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to ask...
The mayor of eThekwini, it's not from the regional structure, it's from the NEC.
Okay.
And then the ANC put interview process. They took from one of them and said, this is the guy from parliament. Just like
send him there. Yes.
Send him there. He's there now. He's the mayor. He's one of the best performing mayors in South Africa. If you don't know the numbers, you must ask the people of eThekwini. And ask everybody else. I saw Professor Abi posting it, that he has never seen Durban beaches so clean. You see, it's not me.
That's Professor Habib saying it.
Yes, he said he's one of the former rectors of a university. I think Vets.
The Vets, yeah.
He's apparently having family or he goes there and so on. He wrote it, he put it on social media. Many people write it. They say, since that man came, Durban has changed. All I am trying to say...
It's a product of the ANC.
Yes, he is the member of the National Executive Committee. So, you see, another thing that we must correct is that the African National Congress has some of the best people.
The true story. True story, and I want to tell you, I contest that on this podcast many times. Yes. Cadre to cadre, ANC is the best. Yes. I contest this here.
And the ANC has the lived experience more than money, for example.
True story.
The ANC is the first one that went into a coalition with IFP in 1994, by the way, if you remember. We didn't win majority in KwaZulu-Natal in 1994. Okay. We went into coalition with Kajab Teles to put our people, JZ himself, as an MEC of economic development in 1994. JZ was an MEC in the coalition government with the IFP. So the African National Congress has been in this process. At national level, there was a coalition between de Klerk and Mandela to put ministers of National Party while the ANC has won elections. So I am saying the ANC has seen this movie before. So we have more experience than all these guys. That's why, you see, one of the things that the local government space is so chaotic with all these political parties, some of them not knowing what to do, is because they don't have the experience. The ANC has tested all this apparatus before. And at the moment, as we speak, the ANC still has the best experience. And the ANC, with the best election process, can still have the best process. One of the challenges that the ANC has had is the issue of corruption and maladministration in some of its councils. Now, we have to confront this issue head on and resolve it, because resolving that problem will resolve the other simultaneously. To say, if we resolve the issue of corruption, maladministration, we are able to immediately resolve the issue of the candidacy. Because if we have the right candidacy coming in to the incumbent and they don't have these sticky issues, we are already cleaning the system. We are already in a renewal process. Because at the present moment, a renewal, simply put or simply explained, is self-reflection. Is to say, am I a fit and proper person? Am I a right person for this thing? Why is it that just pushed by ambition and greed to steal money, or I am the right person to serve? You know? And if you are not ready, you know, in Sesotho language, Sesotho
Sa Leboa or sa Borwa.
Southern Sotho, they say moshanyana o ska tatela o hlokomela diphoofolo nako a o etla. O ska tatela o di isa, because your time is coming. Don't be in a hurry to look after the shepherd. Your time will come. So if you hurry for things that you can't do, you are only damaging your own chances, actually. So it's important, because if we have to also follow the tradition in the ANC of allowing those who are leading to lead, and then at your time, you'll also lead, it's fine. So because the community knows who the leaders are. Remember, people, you can sit me in here and you can sit here in a podcast. I can tell you for free, and you can say, this one is the best mayor, this is... Let me tell you something. You see the voters there, they know their leaders.
Sure.
They've lived with them. Some of them went to school with them, grew up with them. They know them. They can point them. They can say, you see, in that street, there's this person.
Sure.
So people know who the leaders are, and they are never confused about who should lead. So the African National Congress in this renewal project is to clean itself, to self-correct, so that the people can be able to today to point. Because in the past, the people themselves used to point in the ANC that, you see, after Mandela, there will be that guy, Chris Hart. Because the people can see. People can hear. People can see the actions. So even now, we want that with this renewal. So a time will come where the ANC will conclude its process. I'm sure Brink must not jump the gun. The ANC will send its candidate. He said Muzi is winning, so he must go and win on his own. The ANC will send a person at its own time, at its own pace, with its own constituency, a person that comes from its rank. Or the ANC can choose any other person in Tshwane and say, you are a resident of this area, you are a ratepayer, we think you are a qualified person, and we think with your experience, knowledge, and skills, you can help us. Please come be the mayor.
Thank you very much. So here's the last one. Mkhwanazi has sang and said, Gauteng is problematic, and then a commission was instituted, and there are delays. Do you know of anything as government of Gauteng that is assisting in cleaning this name of being a drug hub, of being organized criminal area and stuff? As a government, what is it that you are doing, or this has been left to national government, as it were?
As Gauteng,
like venues and all of those things,
If you remember in the State of the Province address, the Premier said there's a certain number of criminals that have been identified, and half of them were eliminated.
That's Panyaza in action.
Yes. There's a certain number, and we are going after the rest. So we didn't stop. We're still going after them. And every day, those who shoot the police treat them. And fatally so. And we're not apologetic about that. If you sit and listen to the news every day, they will tell you that there were people trying to do this against the police took them out. Because if the police are not going to smoke out these criminals will smoke out the police. And the police must look after the community. So in Gauteng, every day, if you go to the X of the Premier, if you put an X, what do you call it? The old Twitter account. You will see that every single day the Premier posts about an activity that we have done. We do not share our operations of intelligence, but the results we share. So there's a lot of work that is done in communities every day that the Premier posts and put down there in the public to see. The number of people who are arrested, who did CIT, the number of guns that we confiscated, the ammunition that they had, etc., etc. We follow them to hide houses. We see they shoot, we shoot back, we kill all of them. So the government is very serious about crime and about undocumented foreign nationals who come into crime in our country. We also know of those operations. And people who send them even in South Africa, we smoke them out. So South Africa and Gauteng in particular are very serious about it. And we are assisting the country in resolving that crime. The issues at national level we don't get involved in because they will be resolved there. What we are preoccupied in Gauteng is to make sure that our communities are safe. Is to make sure that we fight crime as hard as possible because it impacts on us the most and is destroying our economy. Because Gauteng, we account for more than a quarter of the GDP of this country. And we cannot, with such numbers, be lackluster about crime. We have to fight crime head on. And we have to be very serious about it. And you know the amount of investment that the Premier has put in community safety in terms of making sure that we smoke out all criminals. We have purchased vehicles extra on top of what the SAPS budget has done. We have put now 13,000 wardens on the ground. We have put extra resources to make sure that we deal with the issue of crime. So crime remains one of our apex priorities in the G13 of the SOPA. And we are continuing to make sure that we deal with those issues.
The readiness of the province and its cities in terms of receiving the world, as it were. This year is going to be a very important year, and I know the province has started putting all their pieces on the chessboard together. The state of readiness, I know that the Premier has spoken about this, but they feel, what is it that you want to tell because people are worried, and of course the other ones who are wearing blue, they are more worried, or it's just a deliberate panic. But how ready are the cities, and how's the province? What's the confidence level from the
blue ones mustn't talk because they failed to clean the cities when they were in charge. At the moment, we have started a very serious operation of cleaning. If you can go on the highways now, if you go on the R21, you will see how it looks like right now. If you just drive on it, we hold a meeting every Tuesday. Yesterday, we hosted the Minister of International Relations, the G20 guy himself, Minister Lamola in Gauteng at the airport. We checked on the point of entry yesterday. We walked around the whole airport and check each and everything, the BMA running on the ground. We checked Nazareth, where we will be hosting a lot of people. Johannesburg and Tshwane as the apex cities that are involved. You will see the amount of work that we're doing to clean everywhere. We're not just doing it for the G20. We want this to be a legacy project of local government, even beyond G20, to make sure that our cities remain clean. But we are just taking the opportunity of G20 to make sure that we clean our cities and we host the people. We have had a program yesterday, an excellent program at the airport, where they showed us how we'll be welcoming each and every head of state that is coming. Our young people from schools, from arts and culture will be singing, dancing for the visitors that are coming, and those will be coming in the main airport, the kind of things that we will be doing to showcase our cultures, our different heritage as South Africans, because we're starting with the Heritage Month, etc. So there will be a lot of exciting things that we are doing and taking them to different sites around Gauteng and to show them the beauty of Gauteng in the West Rand, in Johannesburg, here in Tshwane, to show them all the things that we have as a province, and to make sure that they feel welcome in our province and they're safe, and to make sure that we have green routes that they follow, where we have we make sure all our citizens follow every day, to show them the green routes in the province, to stay safe, to stay alert, to make sure that they have a peaceful and safety stay in South Africa. So we are doing a lot of work every little Tuesday. We have a briefing the previous night in the morning and in the afternoon, and we call all the mayors are involved, the mayor of Tshwane, Kruleni, all the mayors of Gauteng, all the 11 mayors, including from the DA in the Val. They come here.
Okay.
So we work with everybody collectively, because we are not selective as the African National Congress-led government. We are making sure that this is about South Africa. This is not about political parties. You shouldn't be worried from a political party point of view. You should be worried as a South African that the G20, one of the biggest gatherings of head of states in the world, is coming to South Africa. There will be offspins, of course, from a tourism point of view, for our people here locally. And we encourage our people to make sure that they showcase our cultures, our hospitality. The president said that we must show everything that we have, because when he's all over the world, they're showing him everything that they have. So we must do the same. Thank you very much.
Please allay my fears. Should Trump come, are we not going to have that embarrassing moment where we see his protectors searching our own protectors? Just allay our fears. Are we not going to have that?
I don't know about... Initially, there was indication that he said he won't come, he will send people to South Africa. But if he decides to come, and of course, he's welcome to come to South Africa.
He knows we're proud people, right?
Yeah, so he must come to South Africa. I think I will encourage him to come and see exactly that all those things that he was talking about, they don't exist. There are no white people being killed around in the corners here in South Africa. There are no, not running with a gun, killing white people, and then doing genocide.
Yes.
So everybody is living peacefully in this country. We have a problem of crime. That doesn't mean that we're killing each other, shooting at each other. Actually, the DA in the Western Cape is failing to combat the issue of gangsterism there. And it's the one that is failing to help the colored communities deal with the problem. And they're only looking in the affluent areas, you can see again. But here in Gauteng, we are peaceful. We are combating crime. We are making sure that the people live and then they drive safely. The infrastructure of roads, we're improving it continuously. You will see 37,000 young people took Gautrain to that event at Loftus last week. One of the first that young people in their thousands took Gautrain to Loftus, and it was a big success. So we are ready to welcome people. As Gauteng, we are the home of events. We are one of the best places to come and host an event in South Africa. That's why the Johannesburg Declaration will be one of the best in the world.
Thank you very much. Mashiane Political Incorrect has been a long one. He honored it. Let's cross our fingers that it will come. The politics next year are going to be very, very hard fought for. You could see how he comes unchained. Of course, I secretly believe that he wants those chains again. He wants those chains. That's why he's very political in way he answers it. Dr. Kyalova, thanks for coming. Thank you very much.